Hi guys, this is Benny Ricciardi with rotocurve.com, and I'm here today to answer a question that's been very popular for week 6. To be honest with you, I'm not going to give you an answer that, is going to be a yes or no. I'm going to kind of give you the information and let you make up your own mind about what to do. And the question that we're going to be discussing today is, should I start Charcandrick West on DraftKings and FanDuel? Now, here's basically the way that I look at the situation. We all know that Jamal Charles is out. So there's going to be probably about 20 touches for running backs that are going to open up because that's about what Charles had every game. Now, there is nothing that says that they're going to go as run heavy as they did when Charles was in. So you could actually even see maybe a few less carries that are a few less touches altogether because he also did catch passes out of the backfield. Now, there's two guys who are basically in the running to pick up the slack with no Jamal Charles. One of them is Charcandrick West, and the other one is Niall Davis. Now, Davis is a little bit of a bigger back, so I'm a little concerned that he might be a guy who they decide to use in a short yardage situation and also when they get down near the goal line. We really don't know how this is going to play out right now because we haven't really seen it happen with, Charles just being injured last week. Here's what we do know, though. Last week after Charles's injury, West saw 18 snaps and Davis saw only 4. So you got to think that West is probably the guy who's going to be in there most of the time. Now, West is built a little bit more like a Jamal Charles is. He's a guy who also has pretty good hands, so we expect to see him on third down work. That's definitely going to be locked up. It also seems like he has the inside track to be the first running back to get a crack at it. So I think the best way to kind of think about this would be that West is going to be the guy who's probably going to be running the ball on first and second down in most situations. He's also probably going to be the guy that's in there on passing downs and passing situations, which is why we really like him on a site like DraftKings. He's only $4,000 over on DraftKings. And again, with the full PPR, if he makes 3 or 4 catches, and then he winds up having, 60 yards, or if he gets a touchdown and has 50 yards, he's going to more than pay off that value for you, which is why we think that he could be a really solid start over on DraftKings. Now on FanDuel, where you have to pay up in the $6,000 range for him, you're really going to need him to get 100 yards and a touchdown in order to probably pay that off. I don't know if I see that in his future this week, which is why on FanDuel, he's probably somebody who I'm not going to be using as often. I still think you could want a little bit of exposure to him, but remember, there is some risk involved here. Niall Davis has been somebody who we've seen take over for Jamal Charles in the past, and he's done a pretty decent job. It's not like he's, been horrible doing so. It does seem like West is ahead of him right now on the in the pecking order. Although if you look at the depth chart, you do see Niall Davis listed as running back 2 and West listed as the running back 3. Again, it's not a slam dunk this week with him. We do think he is going to be the guy that winds up getting most of the work. And at $4,000 on DraftKings, that's definitely somebody who could be a valuable salary saver. Over on FanDuel at $6,000, though, or any other site you're playing where he's closer to, the same price as a lot of other running backs, I think there are other options in that price range that you can look to. So basically, to answer the question for you, should you start Charcandrick West on DraftKings this week? I think the answer to that question is yes. Should you start him on FanDuel? I'm going to say no, but I wouldn't really argue with anybody who did want to try to take a flyer on him, especially in the tournament. In cash games, though, on FanDuel, I don't think he's somebody that can be an option. So that sums up our thoughts on Charcandrick West for this week. Hopefully that answers the question that a lot of you have been posting and asking in the forums. Thank you, as always, for joining us here at RotoCurve. And as always, stay classy, DFS.